And those are the moves you like to see. I mean, sometimes just because it's stupid on paper doesn't mean it's totally stupid.
Yeah.
He just really played his opponent.
You got
All right, game 2.
Coco spawning in the south. There's a green Terran. Cat spawning in the north. There's the purple Zerg. These are actually decent positions for ZVT on this map. I actually I like it more to spawn exactly to the west side of the Terran here, because I feel like it gives me a little bit better coverage from the dreaded cliff drop. But obviously the worst positions would be to spawn on the easternmost base.
Yeah, yeah. These positions, they sort of kill the there's no really the rush distance helps, but I mean this is almost as bad as Metalopolis close positions. I would because the rush threat is gone, but you still have the cliff threat. So Terran still has a lot of options, is what I'm saying.
Sure, definitely. The cliffs open this up for Terran harass a lot too. And again, this is another point where, I mean, I don't know, maybe KatZ has something worked out in his head, but I like to scout. I would have scouted already, especially on a map like Lost Temple. If he walls off, having to defend against both the possibility of some kind of early timing push and a cliff drop, I don't even know if it's possible to do with Zerg. If you want to rush Lair Tech to defend against a possible cliff drop that you don't know is coming, and he instead shows up with a timing push, you're just not going to have the army to deal with it.
Yeah. It looks like he's going to do like a delayed wall in here. I don't understand why Terrans... I think they undervalue their wall in this matchup.
It's possible.
I think it could be a lot better.
Even if you're not going to rush drop, just the thought that you can keep the Zerg in the dark is powerful enough in and of itself. So I really don't understand either why you would put the depot down there.
Yeah, KatZ is going to get in here, and he's definitely going to see this first gas. And he might even have an opportunity to steal the second one.
Yeah.
Which would be really, really nice. But yeah, 15 hatch. Pretty normal. No pool. Yeah, 50. It's going to be 15 hatch, 16 pool. He's just going to play it eco. He's going to eco it out.
It'll be interesting to see how KatZ responds to seeing this gas here.
Yeah. That's the big question. Is he going to steal a second gas?
Oh, look, we've got an SCV headed to scout out KatZ. I wonder if a bunker is going to go down. KatZ doesn't have any kind of overlord to scout it here, and I see a tech lab going on.
Yep.
Although KatZ does scout the tech lab, so he should be pulling drones pretty soon to at least scout this expansion to see if the SCV is going to throw a bunker up.
Well, I think, yeah, this is going to be a Reaper. That's what I thought it was going to be.
Definitely. And this is actually a fairly common, I see this every now and then, where a Terran will open with a fast 1 Reaper just to scout out the Zerg and to establish some kind of early map control. As long as Lings don't have Ling speed, 1 Reaper is all it takes to give you map control over the Zerg. Looks like Coco isn't going to...
I feel like it's really good on this map because you can just sort of keep it on the cliff. I mean, you throw it on the cliff, you just throw it to the back, and all of a sudden, 5 minutes later, you got like a free scout of the natural.
Yeah, definitely. It also, you can control the towers really easily too because you can hop up and down. And I see the bunker going up. It's a little later than I would have wanted it to be. I don't see how he can hold it now. Yeah, especially all KatZ has to do is pull drones.
Yep. He's got a spine crawler going down too, so I mean the spine crawler is going to be almost done on time. Well, not by the time the Reaper gets here, but... Ooh, he should have finished off that SCV. He really should have worked harder, but he's still going to get it. Okay.
Yep. KatZ is going to lose a few drones here to this Reaper.
2 kills on the Reaper.
Surprised the bunker hasn't been canceled yet. I don't see another SCV coming from Coco.
Second Reaper is on the way. So he's just going to chill on the cliff probably until the second Reaper gets here.
Maybe. There's a lot of you can harass. It's really annoying to the Zerg up and down between these cliffs. I would like to see this Overlord that KatZ is making. I'd actually like to see that Overlord going somewhere on this cliff so that he can spot these Reapers hopping up and down, especially since he doesn't have a Queen in the main...
Yeah, he's waltzing right in there with that Reaper.
Although he needs to be careful here, Coker.
Oh, that was really poor.
Yeah, that was a bad... He could have taken out 3 or 4 more drones with that.
He's still killing drones at the natural, though.
Yeah,
he's got 4 kills on that Reaper.
Yep.
Not sure how many of them are Zerglings, but... He's defending well. He's got this Reaper.
Yeah, definitely. I think that had less to do with KatZ defending well and more of just some kind of micro glitches on Coco's side. See 3 racks going down in the main.
Yep. And what we got? Reactor, Tech Lab, and Reactor. So pretty much, it looks like pretty standard. Just lots of Marines and he's a couple Marauders.
Yep. KatZ kind of supply blocked himself here, but. He's actually down on workers right now, so I'd say that harass. I think that harass was okay. I think it could have done a lot more, though.
I still think it did enough. He's down 3 drones at the moment.
Now, this is where I'm a little worried for KatZ. KatZ sees the bunker going up. Oh, and he's smart. He's got an overload coming in back here. It almost looks like KatZ is preparing for an early drop play. I see the second gas going up the fast layer. Although we've got 14 lings coming in now, which is good. But KatZ has no idea that instead of a factory or a starport going up in this Terran's base, that the Terran threw up those 3 racks instead, which is going to be huge if Coco abuses this and does a timing push.
Yeah, that's really common on this map. It seemed like there was a point in time where the Thor drop and the tank drop were just so unstoppable that that's all you could do was go for fast drop and pray.
Yeah.
But this is, he doesn't actually see what's going on here. He still only sees the 1 racks.
Yeah, and actually, if anything, if KatZ scouts, KatZ can actually see that there's a second gas up if he's paying attention to the SCVs, because he can see a little bit of a gas coming in. But if
I don't know, I want to give him the benefit of the doubt because he's still only on 1 geyser. Oh no, he's on 2 geysers. Excuse me, and he's not actually upgrading anything just yet. But there's no Baneling Nest, and it's just lings at the moment.
Seeing those Marauders at the front makes me think KatZ might think that he can actually do some damage to this expansion. Like I said, and if KatZ thinks that tanks or an early drop is coming, he would be absolutely right. But there's no way with these 4 racks producing units, these lings are going to do anything. And actually, I mean, look at the income tab. This is almost all-inish for KatZ right here in this attack. 21 to 33 harvesters.
Yeah, look at this.
He's got to be surprised to see all of these units here.
Yeah. But he's got an infestation pit going down, so I really don't know what he's thinking.
But the infestation pit he's probably planning on using to defend against early drops. And now that he sees all of these units down here, he's got to realize the early drops aren't coming. He's sitting at almost half the harvesters of the Terran now, and he's just not in any position to macro this out. I mean, he's in a really, really, really rough spot right now.
I see him upgrading. What I heard Rhett say at one point, and that's that in these situations against a Terran, you just have to sort of take a chance.
Sure.
You have to just take what you know, and what's the most possible option he's got, and then just hard counter it.
Sure. And it looks like he tried to do that, but in this case, I would say it's a failed coin flip. Coco has to be careful here. These lings can actually do a decent bit of damage into the expansion if he's not careful. I'm not entirely sure why he canceled that bunker there. That seems a little bit overconfident, overzealous.
Yeah, now he's double bunkering.
Yeah, okay. Huh.
I mean, at the point, KatZ can't do much. I mean, he's droning up right now would be futile completely. So
I think
he's just completely producing. He's going for total investor ling, I believe, at the moment.
I would have liked to have seen Coco push the Zerg really hard here. The Zerg obviously invested a lot of lings, which means his economy isn't that great.
Yeah, but 15 lings versus 9 Marauders and 18 Marines.
Yeah, Coco's giving a lot of time, though, for the Zerg to actually prepare for this incoming push. These infestors can do quite a bit of damage if KatZ can get him out with energy, because he's got no medevac yet either.
1 fungal growth could keep him alive, but it's not going to solve his drone.
He's going to have 2 fungal growths, though, which are going to kill those Marines.
Ooh, don't lose it, don't lose it, don't lose it!
Oh, that was close.
Okay, God, that was close.
He's going to lose it this time, though, if, yeah.
Yep.
Coco really needs to reinforce here. These units are just going to be thrown away. KatZ has a lot of lings on the way.
He's giving KatZ a chance to drone up, because KatZ is most likely going to be able to defend this.
Yeah.
Although KatZ isn't droning up, so I don't know what his plan is from here on out.
Yeah, KatZ might have. I think KatZ was actually planning on the Terran reinforcing there.
Yeah, because he built a ton of lings and no drones. So he just sort of guessed wrong again. It's unfortunate, but that's what happens sometimes. Double Evo going down.
Yeah, we got Coco.
33 drones to 47 SCVs. That's still just such a huge deficit.
Yeah, especially when Coco's working on his 3rd right now. He just broke down the rocks to the gold. He's got a command center going up, and he's in a really commanding position right now. There's no way that these lings should be able to do anything right now. Coco has to feel pretty good this game. I'm surprised to not see Coco scouting the western bases more, although maybe that's what he's doing now just because of what happened last game.
Yeah, yeah.
Although
it's
maybe
definitely possible, but
the Zerg has lost quite a bit here. So
at this point in time, even if he had a 3rd, I mean, this gold is going to be up really soon. I think he just feels like I'm up against elimination here. I'm just going to lame it out because I can do that at this point in time. I've got the lead.
Looks like KatZ is going for a little bit of infested Terran harass. I don't know how I feel about this. I mean, obviously some infested Terrans sniping SCVs would be good, but I mean, as soon as those infested Terrans come out, Comstat is going to mean both of these infestors are going to die.
Ooh, drop in the main. Queen goes down. Here's the infestors, though, so he's going to be able to... Losing that queen kind of sucks, but he's going to be able to survive it.
Yep, and we've got the infestors headed into the main. He's got to be careful. He gets spotted by either of those missile turrets. Although he can see the missile turret. Oh, that's smart. He's going to be throwing infested Terrans down from on top of this cliff. It'll make it a little bit harder for the Terran to pick him off.
Yeah, finding infested Terrans is really, finding infestors is really, really difficult in your base. Especially when you're worried about when you're using scans and not like a Raven or something like that.
We got a pretty big push coming in from Coco here. It looks like KatZ is investing a lot in this harass here. I see 4 more infestors heading into Coco's base.
Oh, we have the SCV Conga line heading out, or they're heading to the gold. But right now, I feel like he should have already thrown infested Terran. He really had to try and use the infested
Terran. Or
Terran.
Fungal, while all of these SCVs right here are stacked, would have been really nice too. But KatZ is probably more worried about the push into his base. Even with Fungal growth here, he's going to have a really hard time holding this off. If these siege tanks move a little bit closer to the cliffs here, it's really easy positioning for Coco, and it's really, really, really powerful. It would be really hard for KatZ to hold this off now, given that he has no other tech out besides Ling and Fester.
I feel like his best bet in this game would have just been to like throw a ton of infested Terrans in the natural right as he moved out and hope that Coco just responds incorrectly.
And actually, that's kind of what's going on right now. He actually was harassing that gold a bit. He lost the infestors there. But I mean, even if he loses everything, I don't think Coco's force can be stopped here. Yeah. The Zerg just doesn't have any higher tech out to deal with it.
Yep, there's a good game. As I said, I feel like both games, I feel like KatZ has just tried something. He's just gone for something. You know, I feel like the first game was a little bit better planned out, even though it was on definitely a better map. But I feel like he just worked the first game, and it didn't work the second game.
Possible. I don't know. I felt like his play on the first game was a lot more standard, a lot more solid than this play here. Like you said earlier, it's kind of, or I guess back to what Reg said, you can just assume the Terran is doing something, and then you basically flip a coin and counter it. If he doesn't do it, I mean, you're in a really bad spot, and I think that's what happened there.